Hello internet people, welcome to another edition of the Broken Box Gamer Retro, a short series where I take a look at some of the older, some of the more beloved and cherished titles from a different generation of board gamers. Today's title is no exception, mind the T. Today's title is a game by the company Waddingtons, or Waddingtons depending on where you're from. And yeah, I think it's a title that has not been done much justice over the years. It's a fantastic game with such imagination and variety on display that beats hands down some of the more modern titles you find in local stores or online shops. This is none other than Key to the Kingdom. Oh, this is a brilliant game. Absolutely fantastic. Now, the front cover has had varying designs because apparently this one was too scary to have in shops for 8-year-olds or above. Or under, I should say. I'll bugger that up. Anyway, I'll leave it in. I'm sure you'll have a laugh at my expense. It's always good. But yeah, this is a fantastic game. It plays really well, and some of the mechanics are quite interesting for the time. And oh, I just can't wait. Let's get this one to the table. Let's see how it plays. A thank you for purchasing letter. Nice touch. Game manual and hazard guide. An 8-sided die. 6 adventures of weird colour choices. The Demon King. Equipment cards. Treasure cards. Treasure card holders. Monster cards. Deep magic cards. Unfolding game board. Truly epic. When you first bring Key to the Kingdom to the table, the board is in 2 pieces. To assemble the board, it works the same way as a jigsaw, can be done in seconds. Unfold, put together, fold back up, done. Once assembled, place the 6 bridge pieces next to the board. Take the monster cards, give them a shuffle, then place them at the side of the board. Next, take the treasure cards, give these a shuffle as well, then place one face down in each of the treasure card holders. Now, with 6 treasure card holders, each containing a hidden treasure, place these at the side of the board. Give every player 1 each of the equipment cards to form a personal supply. This is made up of the grappling hook, fire, an axe, a sword, rope, food, a shield, and finally a net. These will all come in handy later in the game. Finally, take the deep magic cards and place them at the side of the board. With setup complete, let's learn how to get our hands on that Key to the Kingdom. So the object of the game in Key to the Kingdom is to make your way through this mystical land, avoiding traps, defeating monsters, visiting dungeons and castles, all the while seeking out the coveted Key to the Kingdom. Once you've found the key and one other treasure, make your way back to the place where you first entered the kingdom. Only then can you leave this enchanted yet dangerous land behind. None of this is an easy task on its own, but with the Demon King and other adventurers all out to thwart your attempt at completing your quest, you're gonna need a lot of cunning and a little bit of luck to make it through. With the board set up and the players ready to go, let's take this magical trip down memory lane together. Once the dice has been rolled to see who goes first, the hunt for the Key to the Kingdom can begin. The basic gameplay of Key to the Kingdom consists of taking 2 actions. The first being roll the die. Move the Demon King to a space containing that number and the Demon King symbol. The next step is to roll the die to move your adventurer. You can move your adventurer in any direction so long as you move the full amount listed on the die. Changing direction isn't allowed. The next player will take their turn rolling for the Demon King first and then for their adventurer, and play will continue like this. During gameplay, it's highly likely you'll end up sharing a space with another character. This gives you the opportunity to steal a random treasure card from them. provided they have one to steal. Or it can just be a friendly meeting, you decide. If, however, you do decide to steal an item of treasure, that player then has to give you one random item of treasure. Then you roll the die again, make your escape. Unfortunately, I only rolled a 1, so I won't be getting far this time. During your time exploring the game world, the only time you don't move the full extent of the die roll is when you reach a white or a black dagger, or if the Demon King is in the way. When you do land on a white dagger, check the rulebook for a list of hazards and how to overcome them. But for now, let's take a quick look at the Demon King. If, as a result of a Demon King roll, you're unlucky enough to have him land on your space or an adjacent space, that adventurer is sent straight to the dungeon of that realm. Those who do end up in the dungeon can only escape by rolling a 1 or an 8 on their turn. Don't forget that before rolling your attempt to roll for the Demon King, just because you're taking a break doesn't mean he is. Landing on a white dagger marks the beginning and end of each hazard. Make sure you always stop when you reach one, even if you've not finished your full movement. Immediately, on the same turn, look up the appropriate hazard in the rulebook and follow the detailed instructions. These hazards include the snake pit, the bridge of glass, the spider's web, the swamp, the ice caves, the sleeping giant, the rat trap, evil tower bridge, wild boar pit, the tiger pen, the cyclops, boats, the evil tower rope bridge, the magic rainbow, the wizard of plenty, the bone pit, the ring of stones, the living forest, the demon castle moat, and finally the well of doom. The majority of hazards in the game usually have you discarding a piece of equipment or rolling a specific number on the die in order to escape or pass through safe and sound. For example, for the snake pit, if 3 dice rolls total 11 or more, you can edge your way around the pit, stopping when you reach the other white dagger. If your total is lower than 11, you slip and fall in. To escape the hazard, you must announce which of the following you'll be attempting. If you have a rope, play that card and roll a 1, 2, 3 or 4 to escape, 1 attempt per turn. If you're successful, you can keep the rope. Alternatively, you can play a grappling hook, rolling a 5, 6, 7 or 8 to succeed, once again keeping your item. Once free, continue your turn from either of the white daggers. If you have neither of these items, you must lose one piece of equipment of your choice and immediately return to either of the white daggers for that hazard, ending your turn. Black daggers signify entrances and exits to key treasure locations around the map. You may not jump across a key location, but you do not have to enter it. Just simply pass it by, continuing your turn. If you do wish to enter a key location, stop immediately at the black dagger and take a monster card. Each monster comes with a specific set of instructions on how to defeat it. If you're successful, take the treasure card from the corresponding treasure card holder of that location. Look at the treasure you have found, but do not share it with the other adventurers and place it face down in front of you. If it's the key to the kingdom, congratulations, you only need to find one more treasure to escape this strange land. If not, simply try again, or maybe try stealing a treasure from one of your opponents. Once you defeated the monster and claimed your treasure, on your next turn, roll the die and continue on your way from any black dagger, not forgetting to reposition the Demon King first. If, in the unfortunate event that you fail to defeat the monster, each monster comes with a specific set of losing instructions that you must follow. Better luck next time. There's quite a few varied and interesting monsters to fight in this game. Let's take a quick look at them. You might want to slow the video down about now if you wish to read them all. In Key to the Kingdom, there are 2 unique locations that differ greatly from your basic trap or dungeon. These are the Ring of Stones and the Wizard of Plenty. Upon entering the Ring of Stones on your next turn, its magic will return 3 equipment cards to you, which you take from your own equipment card discard pile, or you can receive a treasure card that has been lost by any adventurer during the game. If you take a lost treasure card, it must stay in its holder until placed with you. This of course runs the risk that you might receive the Cobra Card instead of a treasure. If so, unlucky. More on the Cobra Card later. Once your equipment and any treasure card has been returned to you, wait until the next turn before moving away. You can also use the Ring of Stones to acquire deep magic cards. More on them shortly. The other unique location is the Wizard of Plenty. He can return any discarded equipment cards to you, as well as any lost and unclaimed treasure cards. However, before performing this feat, he does require you to complete a simple task on your next turn. This task is to make your way over the rainbow and back within 4 throws or less. Each adventurer is allowed to try only once per game, so if you fail, no second chances. In the event of success, collect your equipment cards and or lost treasure cards and move away on your next turn, either across the rope bridge taking into account its danger or over the rainbow, disregarding the white daggers, allowing you to stop midway if your dice throw isn't high enough to take you all the way over. If you didn't succeed, return to the Wizard's Cloud and he'll return only one piece of equipment of your choice, and you should leave as described as if you had succeeded. One of the standout aspects of Key to the Kingdom are the 2 whirlpools on the board. These are for transporting adventurers to other parts of the kingdom. To use the whirlpools, simply follow the path and jump in. You don't need to get the exact number of moves, so don't worry if your roll is too high. Once a whirlpool has been activated, the other adventurers on that side of the board have exactly 3 rolls each to either get them to the whirlpool, off of that side of the board, or if they happen to have the key and another treasure, to finish the game. Those who don't make it get flipped into the black hole and cannot escape unless they roll a 1 or an 8 within 3 turns. After 3 turns, if you still haven't rolled a 1 or an 8, you can rejoin the game anyway, but you must lose a treasure card, only to be regained by visiting the Ring of Stones or the Wizard of Plenty. If the board is closing, the adventurer is now stuck within the confines of the black ringed whirlpool, staying there and following the same guidelines as if you were in a black hole. If the Demon King gets caught in a whirlpool's activation, simply move him to the same numbered location on the newly revealed side of the board. Now let's talk about the deep magic cards. These beauties can be used and discarded to stop the board from folding outwards, but never to stop it from folding inwards. You get these by visiting the Ring of Stones and rolling a 1 or an 8. You can try as many times as you like, but only 1 throw per turn. Once you acquire a deep magic card, roll again and move out on the same turn. If you give up, simply move away on your next turn. The final thing to talk about in Key to the Kingdom is the Cobra Card. If you're unlucky enough to find this inside one of the treasure card holders you acquire, unfortunately, even if you have the required items, you cannot leave the kingdom until you go around the snake pit and throw this card away. So, to sum up, throw the dice, reposition the Demon King, roll again and move your adventure through the kingdom. Roll the die and spend equipment to avoid traps, defeating monsters to gain treasure, or steal it. It doesn't matter, by whatever means necessary, just get that key to the kingdom and one other item of treasure. Then make your way home, leaving this utter madness behind you. The few extra rules to always keep in mind are you cannot move over the Demon King, only 1 deep magic card can be used per player per game, and only 1 visit to the Wizard of Plenty is allowed per player, regardless of whether that player succeeds or fails the Wizard's task. And that's Key to the Kingdom. And that's the Key to the Kingdom. What an absolutely wonderful game from yesteryear this is. The sheer imagination and variety on display in this game is astounding. Even by today's standards, there's a few games being released that don't come close to matching the sheer variety of content within this game. I would absolutely be over the moon if a company would pick this game up, re-release it, or remake it in some way. The Key to the Kingdom. What a title. It even contains team play, which is a rare thing for a game of this type. But yeah, definitely, if you can pick this one up, give it a go. Probably more than likely you'll find this on second-hand online retail sites, no mentioning any names, or your basic charity shop, if there's one local to you. That's probably the best place, to be honest, to find most of these retro games. But yeah, The Key to the Kingdom. Amazing title. As usual, if you like my content, give me a like and a subscribe. Leave a comment. I love hearing feedback from what I do. It's fantastic. And I'll do my best to get back to you or reply as soon as I can. If there's any content you'd like to see, or any board game you'd like me to check out that I can get my hands on, or already have my hands on, I should probably do a list of what I got back here one day. Um, but yeah, by all means, let me know. And for me, the Broken Box Gamer, until next time, take care. In addition to my Key to the Kingdom video, I'd just like to take this opportunity to say a massive thank you to Czech Games Edition. A few episodes back of Broken Box Gamer, I took a look at one of their board games, Adrenaline, which is right behind me. This is a fantastic shooty game, loads of fun, fast, frantic, and my children and I absolutely adore it. But yeah, today in the mail I received the promotional weapons for that game. Oh, me and my family, we can't wait to check these out and once again get this game to the table. So Czech Games Edition, whatever your future endeavours may include, best of luck with them, and I look forward to seeing what you can come up with. Take care.